Welcome to Starting on the Right Track. In this DVD, I shall show you how to make a model railway with ready-to-use items available from model shops. I've already laid out some of the track here. This is purely temporary, just to get a feel of how the layout will look and work. It's always a very good idea, even if you're working from a published plan, to just lay things out and make sure that everything fits in the space that you've got available. So this is how the track layout will appear. We'll have some trees at the back to mask the way into the fiddle yard and to make it look a little bit scenic. There'll be a signal box. The main line comes in here to a platform. There's the goods sidings over there. There'll be a dairy down at the back and some buildings. We've got a couple of token boxes there to represent some buildings in the village. So we just feed the wire down through the holes, and I've put the red wires at the back and the black wires at the front. It's important to be consistent so that the same rail is always connected to the same colour wire. Take the fish plate off the end of the rail, and then we can put the electrical fish plates on. Red one at the back, black one at the front. So the effect that we're aiming for is to have the sleepers, the top of the sleepers, level with the top of the ballast. Good trick is to only do a little bit at a time. Try and get all the ballast out from the edge of the rail, because otherwise it will interfere with the running of the trains. When you've got the ballast as you want it, then we can move on to sticking it in place. So you dunk your first piece of cloth in the water, wring it out a bit, and then drape it in place. You can generally fiddle around until you get something that looks vaguely hill-like and that you're happy with. If needs be, you can whip away a piece of newspaper that's just refusing to play the game. Lots of ballast has gone down, along with some cinders around the edge. The sidings have got cinders rather than ballast, and this signal box has been set in the ballast. That was done quite simply by leaving a space for it and then fixing the signal box down with a little bit of glue and putting ballast around it once it was in place and ballasting it very carefully. Similarly, this signal, which is from the Hornby range, that's also been fixed down and ballasted round. The platform does have slots in the bottom for putting nails, track pins through, but to do that you have to have the top off. I think it's a lot easier just to make it as a unit and then use a little bit of glue strategically placed. Doesn't need to be glued all the way along, just as long as there's enough to stop it going walkabout. I've blown away the excess turf now, and you can see that we've got a nice patch of semi-rough ground there, some weeds growing up in the yard, a little bit more around here, the corner of the station entrance, and I've put a patch in next to the pub. I haven't decided on what's going there. I think that's probably going to be a wall with a bit of green behind it. I'll decide that later. With some high viscosity superglue or superglue gel, it's quite easy to fix all sorts of scenic items into position. You don't have to hold them for very long. and the result is very quick and very pleasing.